All right, hi guys, welcome once again to another video about Intimidator Incorporated and all the other facets we have today. Sir, if you would please state your name.
Keith Frazier. I'm the inventor of the Groundhog Max ATV UTV disc plow.
That is an incredibly popular product. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of that company?
Well, the company has been around since 1998. It's a multi-million-dollar company now. The Groundhog has been a part of that since 2010, and it's a proven product. We've been selling the Groundhog since 2007, and we got all the parts, we got the technical services, and anything you need to answer any questions about whether to work on your machine or not.
That's pretty fantastic. Now, what is probably some of the most common questions you get about the Groundhog Max?
Well, most of the questions we get about the Groundhog Max is, will it fit my machine? A guy's wondering, he's got a Polaris or he's got a Kawasaki or whatever he may have. One of the main things that you need on this product is you need a strong hitch. So we sell the plow two ways. We sell it with a kit or without a kit. So I'll explain a little bit about this kit business or the non-kit. If you have a 2-inch receiver already on your UTV or ATV, it's just plug and plow. You would buy the no-kit version of the plow, and it just plugs right in and you're ready to go. So a lot of your UTVs, most all UTVs already have a 2-inch receiver, and some of the ATVs like, Arctic Cat and a few of the other ones already have 2-inch receivers also. But if you don't have that, which is going to fit most of it, you have either just a utility hole on your machine or you have a little 1.25-inch receiver back there that's too weak to use it. What most guys do, you can go out and still buy our no-kit version of the plow, and you can go out to, there's about a dozen websites, probably more, where you can buy a year, make, and model specific 2-inch receiver. And what it'll do is it'll convert your utility hole over whatever your frame setup is. It'll convert it over to a strong square 2-inch receiver like is on a pickup truck, and then again you just plug and plow. So that's a big option where to fit most all machines. And then one other option is we do sell the plow with a hitch kit that comes included in the box. And with that hitch kit, what it does is it fits most Polaris and most Hondas, not all but most. And you can either look at the website or call a technical number, which is 877-522-3364, and we can assist you with whether it fits your machine or not. But then that gives you an option also, and what it does is it mounts on the back of the machine, and you use your utility hole or the 1.25-inch as your main anchor point right there, and then it runs a tube up under the belly of your machine, and there's a bolting assembly, and you bolt it to the frame of your machine, and that's the way it works on those kind of machines.
Oh, fantastic. Now, what is the main purpose of the Groundhog Max? What are we looking for if somebody's trying to use that if they don't really know much about the product?
Well, the Groundhog Max, the concept of it is, it's a cost-effective way to put in food plots. A lot of guys are just doing food plots a couple of times a year, and they don't want to pay $1 zillion to do food plots, and it's a cost-effective way to do that. The way this thing works is completely different. The only other option they got is a pull-behind type plow. And a lot of pull-behind type plows, you're supposed to have a 400cc liquid cooler larger machine to pull it, or your ATV is going to run hot. With this plow, you're riding on it like a fifth wheel, and I'll go into it just in a minute on how to hook it up, but you're riding on it like a fifth wheel, so you're able to plow a little faster. So even a small 2-wheel drive Honda can plow with this machine because you can plow 7 to 10 miles an hour. So that's one of the biggest concepts of it, is for guys with older and smaller CC machines. Although it does work on the big Intimidator or anything with a 2-inch receiver. Some guys use it on Jeeps, small pickup trucks, whatever. Any power source with a 2-inch receiver, it can be made to work.
That's really impressive. So you said you want to touch on a little bit. How do we hook up this system?
Well, the concept on hooking this thing up is very different, because some of the guys will look at it and say, well, how do you get your down pressure or your weight on this? And what you do when you get ready to start is you actually would back your ATV or UTV up on a 4-inch ramp. But what most guys use is just a 4x4 block that spans the 2 rear tires. So you back it up on there, you plug the plow into the 2-inch receiver, and then you take the back tractor pin out, let it all the way down to the ground. And the first time you start, you would probably pull it up 2 notches. The holes are in 1-inch increments. Put your tractor pin back in, and when you back off the block, that's where the weight transfer comes in. So you're riding on it like a fifth wheel. So with a ATV, you're using 700 or 800 pounds it weighs, and a couple hundred pounds you weigh for your weight or down pressure. And then with a UTV, an Intimidator, you got 1,500 pounds. So, you got a lot more weight with less steel on the ground, and you're able to plow faster, and it's a lot less wear and tear on your machine in general.
Absolutely, man. Is there anything else that you want to touch in about the Groundhog Max today?
Well, we talked a little bit about the hitch system a while ago, and I just want to throw up a flag here for the guys. You can't use a $19 hitch from Wally World or somewhere and expect this thing to work. It's got to be a strong forward bolted type hitch. So we have a few issues with a guy. He'll go out and buy a $19 hitch and throw it on his utility hole back there and think it's going to work, and it will work for just a very short period of time, but it will bend shortly. So you got to have a strong receiver. And the only complaints I know of that we've had with this thing is guys about their hitch, and not really the plow. The plow is kind of bulletproof. We've kind of got it where the only thing that goes bad in it most times is just the bearings, and they're $6 a piece.
Right. So your biggest issues, most of the time, if somebody's having a problem with it, the number one place you need to look at it is going to be the hitch, correct?
Correct.
Absolutely. Well, is there any other frequently asked questions that you normally get that can kind of help everybody out?
One thing is, feel free to call us. We got technical support. We've got a manual that's, you can look at online. We can send you even before you buy it. But if you got a question, we're here to answer your questions. Again, that 877-522-3367. You're going to get a couple of guys that's technical help, and you'll get me. If it's a more complicated question about an older machine or whatever, they sometimes pull me in on it, which is fine. But guys are putting this thing on back into the 90s, even types of machine. When we talk about getting an aftermarket hitch, normally they only go back to like year 2000. So if you got older than a 2000 machine, what you're going to end up doing is, doing it yourself or going to a fabrication shop and getting it done. And normally, I've had it done before, just in passing, if you will, and it costs like 35 bucks. You just got to either take the hitch kit that you buy with the plow, or either you can go to Tractor Supply or somewhere like that, and you can buy a 6-inch long receiver tube, and you can buy a 12-inch long receiver tube. And sometimes guys just take those to a fabrication shop, and for 35, 50 bucks, they'll mount it on there. This plow has up pressure. It doesn't have tongue weight, so just let them know that that's the case, and you're good to go.
All right. Well, Keith, that's a lot of information, and good information for all of our potential customers of the Groundhog Max, right?
Right. One other thing that we want to tell everybody is no matter what your power source is, how big your machine is, how bad your machine is, how small it is, you can plow less aggressively than you see some of the videos. You see some videos on YouTube where a guy's turning the corner and one wheel's not even on the ground. Normally on any power source you can find what I would call a sweet spot, where once you back your machine up on that 4-inch block, you actually can set it up where your rear wheels have enough weight on them that you can pull it in 2-wheel drive, but you've got enough weight on the plow that it works. Because when you're actually out there plowing, if you're an old guy, you can see I'm kind of old here, you don't want your front wheels pulling. It's easier to steer with your rear wheels only pulling, and in most cases, lots of times you're going to be refreshing food plots. It's easier even if you're plowing one that's a virgin type piece that you've never cut. If you got it in 2-wheel drive and you got enough weight on there, you don't have to have your full 4-wheel drive going at all times.
There we go. Man, Keith, is there anything else that you want to bring up to the guys today? You've given us a lot of fantastic information.
I can't think of anything else. We just appreciate you guys' business. Appreciate you. We've been around since 2007, like I said, and it's getting more popular. Just tell your buddies about it once you get it and use it, and thank you and all that you do.
One last time, can you give us that phone number they need to call if they need to get in touch?
It's 877-522-3364.
Well, there we go. Keith, thank you so much. I appreciate your information today. This is going to help us out a lot. And as always, we'll see you guys later.